Montgomery. Number 8, Dylan Toller. Number 5, Andy Pugh. And now the starting lineup for today's Valley Center Jaguars. Leading off, playing second base, number 3, Matt Giuliano. Batting second, playing left field, number 2, Billy Pugh. Batting third, the DH, number 14, Chris Torres. Batting cleanup, playing first base, number 20, John Fleming. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 7, Jaharo Lazarino. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 10, Ryan Leake. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 9, Wes McGee. Batting eighth, number 11, Corey Hawk. And batting ninth, the pitcher, number 17, Kyle Thompson. The catcher, number 13, Isaac Lawson. Their assistant coach, Steve Pack and Ron King. Their head coach is Mr. Bill Dunkel. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2000 Valley Center Jaguars. And now introducing the La Jolla Vikings. Number 1, Raul Guitron. Number 2, Eric Berg. Number 10, Kyle Martin. Number 11, Jesse Romero. Number 15, Jack Boyle. Number 18, Connor Leenan. Number 19, Isaiah Bowman. And number 20, Paul Misley. Introducing the starters for the Vikings. Leading off, playing shortstop, number 3, Steve Velasco. Batting second, the second baseman, number 6, Ryan Martin. Batting third, the first baseman, number 5, Alex Guitron. In the cleanup position, the catcher, number 23, Travis Lelu. Batting fifth, the DH, number 22, Mike Boggs. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 9, Cameron Coates. On the hill, batting seventh, number 17, John Falfoldi. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 12, Jeff Ponsford. Batting ninth, playing right field, number 7, Ryan Guidi. And playing center field, number 8, Eric Minch. Their assistant coach, Mr. George Pennell and Gary Frank. Their head coach is Bob Allen. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2000 La Jolla Vikings. Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of America, please stand. The second baseman, number 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, a beautiful afternoon here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. We've got the Division III CIF San Diego Division Baseball Championship to be decided. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Ken along with you here at the ballpark. Valley Center Jaguars against the La Jolla High School Vikings. Just underway here. We've got the first pitch on tap. And on the mound for La Jolla, John Felfoldi, the senior left-hander, wears number 17 on his back. 8-3 record. The first pitch is in there for a strike. And we're underway. 0-1 to the batter, Matt Giuliano, the second baseman. Wears number 3 for the Valley Center Jaguars. Felfoldi with a 0.90 earned run average for the senior. 111 strikeouts on the year. He is the horse. He's on the mound as La Jolla looks for the Division III championship today. The 0-1 pitch. Off speed, a little bit low, and the count goes 1 ball and 1 strike. Give you the defensive alignment. We've got Coates at third base, Velasco at short, Martin at second, Guitron at first base, as this one is framed nicely by the catcher, Lelu, and the count goes 1-2 on the batter, Giuliano. Ponsford, Mensch, and Guidi left to right around the outfield here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. Top of the first, no score, glad you're with us. And this one just a little bit low, count even up 2-2. For the Jaguars, Matt Giuliano will be followed by Billy Pugh and then Chris Torres here in the top of the first. Giuliano in from the left side. Off speed. Hot shot down the third baseline into the corner. Retrieving is Ponsford. Giuliano on his way to second. Here's the throw. It's a bit wide. And he wants the 2-2 pitch in there for a double. Valley Center with something going. So the second baseman aboard for Valley Center. And that'll bring up Billy Pugh, the left fielder. Also batted .400 this year for Valley Center. He'll be in from the right side. The Jaguars with a 23-3 record overall, 16-0 in the Valley League. Good for the league championship. And now they battle here in the championship game, the Division III San Diego section of the CIF. Felfoldi turns, nobody out there at second base. Giuliano back in standing. Left-hander sets. Has the sign. Nothing doing on the base pads. Pitches low. 1 ball and no strikes to Billy Pugh. Well, this is the first meeting between these two teams this year. And we'll see what happens as Felfoldi kicks and deals. Framed and the strike call by the umpire right at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chris Torres waits on deck. He will DH. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bunt up the first baseline is a good one. Felfoldi goes to the second baseman covering, and a juggle on the ball. Can't control. That was the second baseman, Martin. Ryan having trouble with that one. Alex Guitron and Felfoldi got tied up down there at first base, so runners at the corners, still nobody out. And a threat here for Pugh and the Jaguars. That'll bring up Chris Torres.
Number 14, Chris Torres.
Torres, the DH, wearing number 14, in from the right side. Felfoldi, the left-hander, kicks and deals off speed up high. 1 ball, no strikes. Decent crowd on hand on a pleasant afternoon. The sun shining bright, not a cloud in the sky, and the wind blowing gently out to left center field. Runner goes from first. Throw down is right there, but in under the tag is Pugh. A stolen base for the left fielder. So still with nobody out, runners at second and third for Torres. And immediately, Felfoldi's 0.90 earned run average being tested here in the first inning. Giuliano leads from third. Pitch is down a little bit low. And the count goes 3 balls and no strikes to the batter, Torres. He'll be followed by John Fleming, the first baseman. Jaguars up on the top step of the dugout, anticipating the game's first run. This one is in there, 3-1 the count. Giuliano led off with a double down the left field line on a 2-2 pitch. Pugh reached on an error, stole second, that's where we're at. Line drive down the left field line. 1 run is in, that's Giuliano. Pugh will score right behind him. A 2-run single for Torres. And the Valley Center Jaguars are out in front, 2-0. So the 3-1 pitch right down Broadway. And here come the brain trust of the La Jolla High School squad gathering the infield for a little conference as they find themselves down 2-0 early in this game. Felfoldi will have to settle and give his offense a chance here in the top of the first inning.
Number 20, John Fleming.
So now John Fleming steps in, 2 runs home, and Torres off at first base with the 2-run single. The conference over, and Felfoldi kicks and deals. Fastball is a little bit low, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Fleming, the first baseman, wearing number 20. Or rather, Fleming, the first baseman, a senior, 6'6", 220. Big kid, they got him picked off at first base. And the tag is made by the first baseman, Guitron, and that is the first out here in the inning. So caught stealing, 1-3 if you're keeping score with us at home. And the count remains 1-0 to John Fleming, the first baseman. 6'6", 220. Senior in from the right side. Base is clear, and Felfoldi comes in on him and misses. 2 balls, no strikes. 340 down each one of the lines here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. Pitch is swung on and missed, and the count goes 2-2. 2-1 rather. 360 to the left center field gap, 370 in right center, and 410 to straightaway center. So the 2-1 pitch, left-hander's fastball is driven off the cap of the catcher, back to the screen, and count even up 2-2. Two runs, 2 hits for the Jaguars thus far. Top of the first inning. Division III championship. Felfoldi comes home with a 2-2, a little bit low, and will. Scoreboard had that one incorrect. Draws the walk. We'll keep the book here. In any case, Fleming, the 4th man to bat here in the inning, draws the walk, and that'll bring up Jairo Lazareno, the 3rd baseman. Or will it? Umpire is bringing us back. I didn't think he had gone ball 4. But the way Fleming broke out of there and the umpire didn't stop him right away to see what happens. What have we got? Fleming's coming back for a bat. We're going to do it again, 3-1 or 3-2. Well, Coach Bill Dunkel appears to be satisfied as much as he can in this situation. And so now we got a 3-2 pitch upcoming, 1 out here in the top of the first. And we'll see what Fleming can do. Felfoldi kicks and deals. This one is low, and now the official trot down to first base. And that'll bring up Lazareno. Jairo wearing number 7.
The third baseman, number 7, Lazareno.
Felfoldi would like nothing more than a ground ball in the infield, turn 2 and get back to the dugout. This one is a bit low. That's 1 ball, no strikes. Lazareno would be followed by Ryan Leake. Off-speed pitch, just missed. And the count goes 2-0. Crowd still filtering in. It's a late afternoon. This one is in there. Crowd didn't like that call, but we're 2 balls and a strike to Lazareno. Fleming off to his lead at first. Not a big lead. Kicks and deals. Foul ball off the right side, out of play. And it's 2-2. So now Felfoldi a strike away from getting Lazareno. Jairo trying to drive the ball. The 2-2. Driven down the right field line. Around second, headed for third is Fleming. And another base hit, Lazareno produces first and third. Still only 1 out here in the top of the first inning. The third hit of the inning.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 10.
Well, John has got to be feeling like he's in a shooting gallery here. 8-3 over the course of the year is 0.90 earned run average. He's already got 2 on the board and 2 ducks on the pond. Jaguars, really. And that'll bring up Ryan Leake, the shortstop. Number 10 in from the right side. Leake, the junior, 5'10", $160. This one's on the inside corner for a strike, going 1. Well, Leake keyed Saturday's semifinal win over Coronado, collecting 3 RBIs while going the distance on the mound. Got him picked off just inside the tag. Lazareno back ahead of it. It was a good effort by Guitron to put the tag on. Runner goes. Throw down to second. And this one's to the shortstop side of second base, a stolen base, the second of the inning. This for Lazareno erased the possibility of a double play. And runners at second and third. No balls and 2 strikes now to Ryan Leake with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. 2-0 our score. Valley Center on top. This one is in there. Strike 3 called. Leake will have a seat. First strikeout victim. And with 2 down, that'll bring up center fielder Wes McGee.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 9, Wes McGee.
McGee, a senior, 5'8", 145 pounds. Bats and throws right-handed. Ground ball to shortstop. Up with it is Velasco. In the dirt, can't get it. That one's by Guitron. 2 runs will score. So it's 4-0 now on the ground ball to shortstop. Error on the play. And the inning continues. And the horror continues for John Felfoldi. He got the ground ball. It is infield, and Velasco couldn't come up with a good throw, and now Hawk bats with 2 out. Runner goes. Throw down to third base. In there. The Valley Center running all over Felfoldi here in the first inning. That's the 3rd stolen base. 1 by Pugh, 1 by Lazareno, and now Wes McGee. And the left-hander Hawk, with a runner 90 feet away, swings and misses, and the count goes 1-1. 8th man to bat here in the inning. And again, Felfoldi looking to get out with minimal damage. 4-0 our score, Valley Center over La Jolla. This one is in there. And 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch, ground ball, first base side, under the glove of Guitron, and the defensive woes continue for La Jolla. Another run is across, and it's 5-0 Valley Center. No RBI on that play. And the 9th man to bat will be the pitcher, Kyle Thompson. Conference out at the mound as the catcher, Travis Lelu, trying to calm his pitcher down. Oh, for Valley Center, it's a very good thing when your pitcher gets to bat before he's out there on the mound. That means you're scoring runs. In this case, it's 5-0. And Thompson is up there, pickoff move. Hawk looked to be leaning slightly towards second base. And the throw back in was beaten by the Jaguar right fielder. Again goes to first. Felfoldi has got to be careful that he maintains that sight line to first base and does not cross the plane and head towards home with a balk. Again, very close. Runner back in safely, and the crowd now starting to rumble that indeed Felfoldi's getting real close. The pitch swung on and missed by Thompson, and the count 0-1. The left-hander looks to first, kicks and deals. Off speed is high, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Fans enjoying the action here, getting a cool drink or some frozen delights here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. Felfoldi looking to put the freeze on this inning. Big swing and a miss. And the count 1-2 on Felfoldi's opposite number, Kyle Thompson. Bitter. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, fastball, and Thompson stays alive, fouling it back. We'll do it again, 1-2. Giuliano with a double. Pugh reached on an error, stole second. Chris Torres with a 2-run single to get the inning started. All told, 5 runs on 3 hits for the Jaguars. The 1-2 on the corner, strike 3. 9 men come to the plate, 5 runs, 3 hits. On to the bottom of the first. The score, Jaguars 5, Vikings coming up. Well, a 5 spot on the board for the Valley Center Jaguars, and now the Vikings take their turn at the plate against Kyle Thompson. The right-hander's first pitch is a bit inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Steve Velasco, the shortstop, will start things off. He'll be followed by Ryan Martin and then Alex Guitron as the Vikings try to claw their way back. Thompson's pitch is just below the knees. And the count 2-0. 5 runs on 3 hits for the Jaguars as they bounced John Felfoldi around the mound. We'll see what Thompson can do. The right-hander's pitch is just inside, and now 3-0 on Steve Velasco, the shortstop. This would be a good start for the Vikings if they could get the leadoff man aboard. A lot of chatter in that first base dugout. This one is right through there. The not so obligatory strike, 3-1. Velasco waits. The pitch from Thompson is again in there, and it's 3-2. Velasco has yet to take the bat off his shoulder. We'll see what he does here with a full count. Number 3 waits. On number 17, the big right-hander kicks and deals, fouled straight back. We'll do it again, 3-2. Velasco, a junior, 5'9", 155. Waits on the 3-2 pitch. And Thompson will settle off, as does Velasco. Now we're back in there. And the payoff pitch. Check swing, strike 3 called. So Thompson with a good start gets Velasco looking, and there's one down here in the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6, Ryan Martin.
So a good start for the Jaguar right-hander, who comes in with a record of 5-1. And will face Ryan Martin, the left-hand batting second baseman. Thompson kicks and deals. A little slingshot on that right arm. This one misses high and away, ball 1. Leg kick, this one is down just below the knees. 2 balls, no strikes. And now the wind starting to shift direction. It's a nice cool breeze on an otherwise warm and beautiful day here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. The pitch up high and away, 3-0. So Thompson has gone 3-0 on both of the first 2 hitters. He came back to work the count full before getting Velasco to strike out looking. We'll see what he does here with Martin. And he forced that one a little bit, and it's down and away. So the first walk and first base runner for the Vikings is aboard.
Now batting the first baseman.
And that'll bring up Alex Gitron. Gitron, the senior, 6'1", 180. Bats and throws both from the right side. Batted .420 this year. The number 3 spot for the Vikings. And head coach Bob Allen. Martin off at first. 5-0 our score. The Jaguars out in front. La Jolla trying to claw back. Thompson sets, comes home off speed. Nice little pitch in there for a strike. And it's 1-1. Well, the Jaguars had 3 stolen bases in the first inning. We'll see if La Jolla tries to run on Thompson. Pitch. Hot shot right back up the middle. And first and second is the order of the day. Gitron with the first hit for La Jolla. A solid single right back through there. First and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring up Travis Lelu, the catcher. And Lawson, the catcher, Isaac Lawson, will come out and talk with his battery mate, Kyle Thompson. Gives us a chance to remind you George Langevin's the leader in special event video. Happy to bring you this game today from Tony Gwynn Stadium. You can contact George and his staff at area code 858-571-3478. I'm Mike Kent along with you back here at the ballpark. Got a good one brewing. Bottom of the first, 5-0 Valley Center over La Jolla, but runners at first and second with 1 out. For Travis Lelu, number 23, takes the off-speed pitch outside, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. And now some time taken on the mound. Third base coach calling out to his runner off at second base. That's Martin. Line drive right to center field. That is McGee there. Runner tags from second. And Martin into third base with a head-first slide. So runners at the corners with 2 out. And that will bring up Mike Boggs, the DH.
Now batting the DH, number 22, Mike Boggs.
Boggs, an outfielder, 6 foot, 190. Bats left, throws right. In with runners at the corners. La Jolla's first run 90 feet away. We'll see what we can do. Pitch is low and a good stop by Lelu. And the count 1-0. A strikeout, a walk, a single, and then a line drive to center field. Thompson bluffs the throw to third, looks back at first. The ball never leaves his hand. And we'll do it again. 1-0 to Boggs. Pitch is taken up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Mike will be followed by Cameron Coates, the third baseman, if he were to reach safely. Boggs waits, Thompson kicks and deals. Ground ball right side and through. Run will score. Gitron will be held at second base, and the Vikings are on the board. They trail now 5-1. So an RBI single for Boggs with 2 outs, and that will bring up the aforementioned Cameron Coates, the third baseman, in from the right side. Runners at first and second. You get the feeling this one could be high scoring, don't you? A 5 spot for the Jags in the top of the first, 1 home for the Vikings here in the bottom of the first. We'll see what they can do with 2 outs. Off-speed pitch, just missed, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Everybody pretty much straight up. Second baseman checking in, now goes back as the pitch rides low. And Thompson having a bit of trouble here. 2 balls and no strikes. Giuliano bothering Gitron out there at second base, now retreats back. Pitch is just below the knees. And the count 3-0 with 2 down. A walk would load the bases. This is the third batter that Thompson has gone 3-0 on. The first one he got Velasco looking. This one just misses, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs for John Felfoldi. Well, if there was ever a time for a pitcher to have his day, this is it. Felfoldi got rocked around in the first inning.
Please return all foul balls to the first base side dugout.
And now he bats with the bases loaded. We'll be back. So here we go. Bases loaded with 2 outs. John Felfoldi, the pitcher, in from the left side. A chance to bring his team right back into this game. They trail 5-1. The pitch is a bit low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. John, the victim of 5 runs on 3 hits, facing 9 men in the top of the first inning, now has a chance to get La Jolla right back in this one. The pitch is up high, 2-0. And you got to think, with the difficulty that Thompson is having, Felfoldi may just take a pitch or 2, make him throw a strike, especially if this next one misses. It'd obviously be 3-0. This one is down low, and the universal take sign just flashed above the ballpark. Unless this is meat with a lot of sauce on it, I'm betting Felfoldi keeps the bat right there. The 3-0. Right in there, 3-1. We'll see what he does here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the first. The pond full of Vikings. The pitch, a little bit low, and the run is in. 3 walks in the inning. Felfoldi will give credit for an RBI as Guitron scores, and it's 5-2. Bases are still loaded.
Out of the game.
Pitching change upcoming. We'll be back after this. Pitching change complete on the mound for Valley Center, wasting no time, coming on with 2 outs. John Fleming, the senior, 6'6", 220, 6'1", right-hander. He and Thompson switch places. Kyle now playing at first base. So now Fleming on to face Jeff Ponsford, and the pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. 2 outs, bases loaded, 2 runs home for the Vikings here in the bottom of the first. 5-2 our score, the Jaguars out on top. Off-speed pitch is blocked nicely by Lelu, easily saving a run there. And Fleming moves the count 1-1. Boggs at third, Coates at second, Felfoldi on at first. The pitch, driven down the right field line, shallow in front of the right fielder. 1 run will score. Station to station on the RBI single by Ponsford. And with the bases still loaded, the Vikings are right back in this one. It's 5-3 Valley Center.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 7. Right.
So a nice little 2-out rally here by the Vikings, and Ryan Guidi, the right fielder, will step in. Fastball snaps the glove of the catcher, and it's 0-1. Guidi, the right fielder, wears number 7, in from the left side. Still 2 down, still bases loaded. Fleming's pitch is waved at and missed as it went in the dirt. And the count 0-2. So let's see if Fleming can get out of the jam. That run was charged to Kyle Thompson, and he's still responsible for the runners at second and third. The pitch. Got him! So Fleming comes on, gives up the single, but gets out of the inning. 3 runs. It's 5-3 after 1. Valley Center out on top. Well, the first inning in the books. And the first pitch to Matt Giuliano from John Felfoldi. Missing a ball and no strikes. Each team spent 9 men to the plate. This one in there. And check that. That first pitch was a strike. And it's 0-2. So 5 runs on 3 hits for Valley Center. This one just missed on the outside, and it's 1-2. La Jolla with 3 runs on 3 hits, an offensive show through 1. Felfoldi on for his second inning of work. Giuliano, who doubled last time, grounds this one to second. Martin is there, goes to Guitron, and there's 1 away. That'll bring up Billy Pugh, who reached on an error, stole second, and scored back in the first inning. And what is turning out to be a wild affair, we've already had a pitching change. We've had 8 runs score. And we're just in the top of the second inning. 1 down, glad you're with us. Felfoldi comes low with the fastball to start out Pugh. He'll be followed by Chris Torres and then John Fleming This one's at the knees, 1 ball, 1 strike. Crowd still filtering in on a beautiful evening here in San Diego, late afternoon. Here at Tony Gwynn Stadium at San Diego State University. Off-speed pitch is waved at and missed. And the count 1-2 on Billy Pugh. A Foldy line drive, right field will drop in front of Guidi. And Billy Pugh has the 4th hit for the Jaguars, a 1-out single, and that will bring up Chris Torres. Torres had a 2-run single back in the first inning to get the scoring started for La Jolla.
The DH, number 14, Chris Torres.
The Jaguars beat Mission Bay 4-3 in the quarterfinals, and then Coronado 9-4 in the semifinals to get here. Foldy's pitch is waved at and missed by Torres, and the count 0-1. Chris in from the right side. Runner off to his lead at first. Big fastball and a big swing from Torres. Couldn't catch up with it, and it's 0-2. Well, we'll see if Foldy can settle down here in the second inning after giving up 5 in the first. It's a ground ball in the infield, turn 2. That could make his day better. Picked off again, and they called a balk. Well, we told you back in the first inning he was getting close, drawing that line between the mound and first base. And that time, the first base umpire raised his hand, immediately called for the balk, and the manager out to get some clarification, shall we say, on that play. In any case, Pugh is down to second on the block, and Torres bats with an 0-2 count. So runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the second. Left-hander sets and comes home. Speed waved at and missed. Another strikeout. That's the 3rd of the game. The second out here in the second inning. That'll bring up the pitcher, John Fleming.
Now batting the pitcher, number 20, John Fleming.
Fleming walked and scored back in the first inning as part of that 5-run rally. Pitch is taken at the knees in there for a strike. 0-1. So Foldy finding his mark there. The umpire not getting any breaks from this crowd, I'll tell you that. Left-hander's pitch waved at off speed. Fleming couldn't hold up, and it's 0-2 to the Jaguar pitcher. It was a nice pitch. Got him chasing that one. Foldy setting, has the sign, looks in the 0-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So only 4 men come to the plate. The Jags gone on a hit. After 1.5, 5-3 Valley Center. We'll be back.
The Jaguars in their half of the second, no run.
Velasco, Martin, and Gitron to start things off for the La Jolla Vikings here in the bottom of the second inning. They trail on this one 5-3. Fleming on for his first full inning of work after relieving Kyle Thompson with 2 outs in the first. First pitch in there for a strike, and Velasco down 0-1. This one tailing away. Slider, did he go? No, he did not on the appeal down to first base, and the count goes 1-1. Velasco, a strikeout victim his first time. He forced a 3-0 count and then never took the bat off his shoulder and was caught looking. This one's in there, 1-2. Vikings sent 9 men to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. They scored 3 times to draw within 2. Velasco setting the table here. The pitch right there, and again, Velasco caught looking for the second straight at bat. That'll bring up Martin, who walked and scored back in the first.
Vikings, the second baseman, number 6, Ryan Martin.
Second strikeout for Fleming as Martin steps in from the left side. Pitch grounded into the La Jolla dugout down the first base side. Out of play. The Division III San Diego section of the CIF Baseball Championships from Tony Gwynn Stadium on the campus of San Diego State University. Glad you're with us here on a beautiful afternoon. This one is in the dirt, goes all the way back to the screen. Lazzarino even with the bag at third, everybody else straight away. Pitch swung on and missed. And the count 1-2. So Fleming's starting to find his groove now. And the 1-2 pitch. High and deep to right field. Going back is Hawk. It's over his head off the wall. Martin in with a stand-up one-out double. That was a shot. What were we saying about finding the rhythm? One pitch too soon as that was rocketed over the head of Hawk.
First baseman, number 5, Alex Guitron.
So Martin's first hit, that is the 4th overall, and that'll bring up Alex Guitron, who singled and scored back in the first. Runner in scoring position as the Jags have a 2-run lead. Swung on and missed by Guitron, and the count 0-1. Martin off to his lead at second. And the pitch, again, waved at and missed. That pitch diving down into the dirt. And it's 0-2. Fleming sets, pitches high. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Fleming looks back to second. This one down and away, and the count even up 2-2. Guitron will be followed by Lelu, the catcher. Pitch, line drive right back up the middle. Fielded by McGee. Martin will be held at third. Runners on the corners with 1 out for Lelu. So Guitron is 2 for 2. He came in with a .420 average, so there's no real surprise that he's got 2 hits and 2 trips. Lelu lined to center his first time up. And La Jolla looking for another rally. And calls time, Lelu does, and steps out. 5-3, Valley Center on top. They got all 5 in the first. La Jolla with 3 in the bottom of the first inning. Runners at the corners. Fleming sets. Comes home, pitches low, 1 ball, no strikes. strikeout, double single. That's where we stand, and he came home. No balk call as Fleming flew off the front of the mound. Did not let it go. Nothing doing. Lele will wait on the 1-0. Here it comes. Down and away, 2-0. Martin off at third. Guitron taking his lead at first. Lele waits on the pitch. Driven high and deep to left. Way back. And gone! A home run! Travis Lele with a 3-run shot. That gives the Vikings a 6-5 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. No doubt about that one. Way back and gone. And his entire team out to greet him as that one leaves the yard here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. Estimated distance about 370 feet on that one. A shot. And the Viking catcher has given his team a 6-5 lead. And now Boggs, who singled and scored back in the first. And now a lot of chatter down that first base dugout. Here's a high chopper to first base, fielded in foul territory, says the first base umpire. Nice loud crack off that aluminum bat, if you can call it that. And a high fly ball driven over the head of Pugh and left. 3 runs home, and it's 6-5 Vikings. Foul tip at the plate. And the count 0-2. So a 3 spot up there for La Jolla in each of the first and second innings. And all of a sudden, Felfoldi has a lead to work with when he takes the mound in the third. The pitch is down low from Fleming. And count 1-2. We'll see how that affects John as he came on in relief of Kyle Thompson. Fleming, the senior, 6-1 this year. Kicks and deals. Pitch waved at and missed, dropped the throw down to first, and that will do it. So Boggs is retired, and that'll bring up Cameron Coates. Third strikeout of the game for Fleming. And Coates, who walked and was stranded at third, his first time to the plate. Sixth man to bat here in the inning. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. Coates waves and misses at that one. Fleming quickly out in front, 0-2. The pitch popped up back behind the plate, out of play, off the roof. And we'll do it again, 0-2. John Fleming looks in for the sign from Lawson. Kicks and deals outside, and it's 1-2. Pitch is waved at and missed, and down goes Coates. But 3 hits, the big shot, a 3-run homer by Travis Lelu On to the third inning, La Jolla with a 6-5 lead. First pitch of the third inning is a ball outside. Jairo Lazareno singled and scored, stole a base back in the first inning. Takes this one 2-0. Phil Foldy on for his third inning of work. The pitch is high. Lazareno will be followed by Leak and McGee here in the third inning. The pitch is up high, and on 4 straight, Lazareno draws the walk. So now Leak, who is a strikeout victim back in the first inning, will come up. The shortstop.
Now batting.
6-5 the score. The Vikings with the 3-run home run off the bat of Travis Lelu. Getting a 3 spot in each of the first and second innings. Bunt up the first base side, fielded by the pitcher, Phil Foldy on to first. Runner moves to second. Bunting all the way, we'll call that a sacrifice.
Now
1-3.
center fielder, number 9, Wes McGee.
And now McGee, who reached on an error, stole third and scored back in the first inning, will come to the plate. Runner on at second. That would be the tying run at the moment. The Valley Center works from behind for the first time in this game. 1 ball, no strikes to McGee. Left-hander kicks and deals. Off speed and low and inside. 2-0.
Yeah.
Lazareno off to his lead. Got some room. Phil Foldy whirled as the shortstop was coming in. That was Velasco. Not a lot of room, but the runner back in without a throw. Third base coach barking out help. This one is in there. 2 balls and a strike now to Wes McGee. Got a good one here between the Valley Center Jaguars at bat and La Jolla Vikings. Pitch off speed, driven right back up the middle. They will wave home Lazareno. Fielded by Munch, and the throw is cut off. Run scores, an RBI single for McGee, and we're tied at 6. Got the runner in a rundown on the pickoff move, gets around. No, they're going to call him out. The second base umpire calling the runner McGee out as a good pickoff from Phil Foldy. That's the second out of the inning, and don't ask me to keep track of those pickoffs. In terms of the scoring, suffice it to say he's no longer on base. There's 2 outs. Mark it down as a caught stealing, and Corey Hawk in from the left side. Swings and misses here, and it's 0-1. But the tying run comes across on McGee's RBI single. Swing and a miss from Hawk, who reached on an error in the first. 6-6 our score. A beautiful stadium drive into right field. A single for Hawk, who is 1 for 2. Sixth hit of the day for the Valley Center Jaguars, and that'll bring up Kyle Thompson. Now playing first base with a runner on first and 2 down. Pitch is taken down and in for ball one. So a walk, the sacrifice by Leak, an RBI single by McGee, he's caught stealing, and Hawk lines a single to right. And that's where we stand with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Falfoldi's pitch catches the inside corner, 1-1. Thompson, a strikeout victim back in the first inning. That was to end the frame. We'll see what he can do here. Swings and misses through this one. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So much for the pitcher's duel as we're 6-6 in the third inning. Falfoldi comes home. Fastball driven foul down the right field line, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Falfoldi looking in for the sign. He sets, kicks and deals off speed, and for the second time, Thompson is a strikeout victim. But a run across to tie the score, the RBI single by McGee. On to the bottom of the third, 6-6 our score.
Number 17, John.
Bottom third of the lineup here for the La Jolla Vikings in the bottom of the third inning. Falfoldi swings through that one. It's 0-1 as John Fleming on for his third inning of work. In relief. Swung on and missed again. Falfoldi behind 0-2. John will be followed by Jeff Ponsford and then Ryan Guidi here in the third inning. 6-6 our score. We've got a good one. This one way up high. 1-2. 5 in the first, 1 in the third for the visitors. And the home team with 3 in each of the first and second. A strikeout victim is Falfoldi. 1 down. That is the third consecutive strikeout now for Fleming since giving up the home run to Lelu in the bottom of the second. And his 5th strikeout of the game. And I won't jinx him by saying he's found his mark. That hurt us last time. This one taken outside. 1 ball, no strikes. To the left fielder, Jeff Ponsford, who is 1 for 1 with a single to right. An RBI plating single. Here's another one fisted into right field. So Ponsford going the other way twice. He's 2 for 2. That one right off the hands. And with 1 out, that'll bring up Ryan Guidi. The right fielder was a strikeout victim back in the first. Guidi is 6'0", 180, a junior. High chopper behind the pitcher's mound, fielded nicely by the second baseman. That is Giuliano. He goes to first, and there are 2 down. So a nice play by Giuliano. Matt making that play, and there's 2 down. Ponsford goes to second on the ground out. And Velasco, struck out twice, will come to the plate. Getting some last-minute encouragement from the third base coach as he takes his hacks in there. The Vikings were seeded 4th in this tournament, a 19-9 record overall, 8-4 in the Western League, good for second place. And they had beaten University City 8-4 in the quarterfinals and St. Augustine 5-2 in the semis to get here. And now Velasco will retreat back to the dugout. Drop something off. Six runs, 6 hits for the Valley Center Jaguars. 6 runs on 7 hits for the Vikings. We're in the bottom of the third inning. The pitch down a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. Ponsford off to his lead at second. Not being challenged. The pitch is right in there at the knees. A good frame by the catcher, Lawson. And the count 1-1. John Fleming, the right-hander, sets, looks back to second, kicks and deals a little low, and it's 2-1. Two down, go-ahead run in scoring position. The set and the pitch. Line drive to second base, fielded on a hop, and Giuliano goes to first to retire the Vikings. They're gone on a hit through 3 innings. We're tied at 6. On to the 4th inning of play. Matt Giuliano will be followed by Billy Pugh and Chris Torres for the Valley Center Jaguars, who broke out to a 5-0 lead in the top of the 1st inning. Their opponents, the La Jolla Vikings, have battled back. We are tied at 6. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike to Giuliano, who is 1 for 2. A double and a run scored back in the 1st inning. Grounded to second. His 2nd time up. This one in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Felfoldy, the left-hander's pitch is on the corner, and it's 2-2. Felfoldy got roughed up in the 1st inning, had 3 stolen bases, a couple of walks, and not helped out by his defense. 5 runs all told in the inning. This one is outside. The count goes full to the leadoff man here in the 4th. Giuliano in from the left side, a 400 hitter over the course of the year. This one is outside, and the leadoff man aboard. That's what you call setting the table on the walk, and now a conference at the mound gives us a chance to remind you that George Langevin is taping the game today. You can contact George to videotape your special event. We'll have contact information for you at the end of the tape. Glad you're with us here from Tony Gwynn Stadium on the campus of San Diego State University. I'm Mike Kent, along with our cameraman today, George Langevin. Getting him out behind the camera and away from that desk job, right? I know he enjoys being out here. We're hoping you're enjoying the broadcast today. We've got a dandy 6-6 in the top of the 4th inning, an 0-1 count to the left fielder, Billy Pugh, who is 1 for 2. Reached on an error, stole a base, and scored back in the 1st. Singled back in the 2nd inning. Giuliano on at first with decent speed. Takes a good-sized lead. We'll watch Felfoldy on the pickoff. Does not go over there. Pitch is framed nicely by his catcher, Lelu. And it's out in the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Felfoldy kicks and deals. Fastball grounded to second base. Bobbled by Martin. And can't come up with a play. So all kinds of defensive problems for the La Jolla Vikings. That is their 4th error on the day. Runners at 1st and 2nd, nobody out for Chris Torres, who was singled and struck out in 2 trips. Torres squares around a bunt, throw back to second on the whirl by Felfoldy. And the runner back in safely, that's Giuliano. First and second, nobody out in a 6-6 game here in the top of the 4th inning. Felfoldy comes home, bunt, fielded by the pitcher. They'll go to first base, their only play. 1-4. as Martin was covering. Bunting all the way, call that a sacrifice. 1 out, moves the runners aboard, and Fleming, the pitcher, will come up.
Now batting for the Jaguars, the pitcher, number 20, John Fleming.
Fleming has walked and struck out, officially 0 for 1. Looking to reach base here. He's got 2 runners in scoring position in a tie ball game. Big right-hander waits on the pitch from his opposite number, John Felfoldi. It's taken a little bit high and inside, ball 1. The shadows starting to cover the crowd here down the third base line, not affecting the field of play at all, unless one light standard bothering the shortstop. Big swing and an off-speed pitch. Good change of pace from Felfoldi, and the count 1-1. Giuliano taking his lead well down the third base line. High drive, left field down the line. Hooking foul. Fleming gave it a ride, but it just turned over. And a long strike, as we'll do it at 1-2 now. And we'll see if that is in the back of the mind of Felfoldi as he comes in with a 1-2 fastball. High chopper, third base side, and that one is foul. So 2 pitches, and Fleming trying to pull the ball 2 times. Anything to the outfield. Figures to score both runs, as Pugh has decent speed out there at second base. Giuliano will score easily as he's almost halfway down the line. This one popped up right side into the seats about 6 rows back. And again, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fleming will be followed by Lazareno in the top of the 4th inning. Fleming's next pitch. Ground ball through the hole at shortstop. 1 run scores. Here comes Pugh. The throw to the plate is way tardy, and into second base with a 2-run single is John Fleming. The Jaguars take an 8-6 lead. So Fleming with the 2-run single goes to second on the throw into home. Still only 1 out, and the Jaguars lead this one 8-6. And here comes Jairo Lazareno, who has singled, stolen a base, walked, and scored 2 runs. Quite a productive day for the Jaguar third baseman. The pitch is in there at the knees, 0-1. So Fleming helping out his cause, driving home 2. Valley Center on top, 8-6, as Felfoldi comes home. Pitch is fouled off at the plate, up high and back behind the dugout. 0-2. Lazareno with that upright stance, just tapping his foot. This one high and away. Fleming off to his lead at second. Lazareno waiting. The 1-2 pitch. Inside corner, strike 3 called. So that's the second out of the inning. And the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th strikeout for John Felfoldi. And now Ryan Leake, the shortstop, steps in. Strikeout and sacrifice, officially 0 for 2. The pitch swung on, a high fastball, 0-1. Fleming still out there at second base as his team leads 8-6 here in the top of the fourth inning. Felfoldi comes to the set, now deals off speed, down and away. Good pitch, 0-2 to the Jaguar shortstop. Felfoldi sets. Oh, close pitch as Lelu tried to frame that one. No dice, and the count rolls 1-2. 8-7-0 for the guests. 6-7-4 for the Vikings, the home team. The 0-2 runner goes, swung on and tipped into the glove for the strikeout. But 2 more runs home on the Fleming RBI single. And after 3.5, Valley Center leads 8-6.
The second baseman, Ryan Martin.
On to the bottom of the fourth inning. John Fleming on the mound skips this one up to the plate. Ryan Martin diving out of the way. We've got an 8-6 ball game. The Valley Center Jaguars out on top of the Hoya Vikings. And Fleming in relief of Kyle Thompson kicks and deals. A changeup is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Martin will be followed by Guitron and then Travis Lelu, the 2-3-4 hitters for the Vikings here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And swung on and missed there. Good pitch from Fleming. Count goes 1-2. Martin has doubled in one official trip. He walked and has scored twice. A productive day for the Vikings second baseman. This one skipped out in front of the plate, and the count rolls 2-2. Well, these are the 3 hitters that in the second inning Fleming had trouble with. Gave up 3 straight hits, a double, a single, and then the bomb by Travis Lelu, a 3-run home run over the left field fence. Check swing on the ball low, and good piece of work here by Martin to draw to a full count. Leadoff man, so important for both teams. If you can get that first out, or if you can get that runner on base, it changes the complexion of the inning. And when you're down by 2 runs, that leadoff man is so important. Martin waiting on the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. Fleming puts forth a little mustard on that one and gets Martin down. The 6th strikeout for Fleming since coming on in the bottom of the first inning. And he will face Guitron, who's 2 for 2. 2 singles, 2 runs scored. First pitch in there for a strike, and Fleming, dare we say it again, finding a bit of a groove. The pitch in the dirt skips off the plate, and it's a ball and a strike. Good crowd on hand here at Tony Gwynn Stadium as the lights just starting to come on. Late in the evening, this one again in the dirt, and now it's 2-1. See, there I go. That's the second time that's happened where I've said something, and Fleming, to his credit, will take a little bit of time out there on the mound to collect himself, take my words and throw them out of his ear as he works with a 2-1 count. The pitch off speed, ground ball, shortstop. Deep, long throw, and safe at first base. Good running there by Guitron. The shortstop leak was deep and had to make a strong throw, and Guitron beats it out. That will go as an infield hit, his 3rd of the game.
Number 23, Travis
Guitron 3 for 3, and that will bring up Travis Lelu, who, oh, by the way, hit a 3-run bomb back in the second inning that gave the Vikings a 6-5 lead at the time. He has flied to center in his other at-bat, 1 for 2. And if he could connect here, it would tie the game as the Vikings find themselves down 8-6. The pitch from Fleming is inside, and the count 2 balls and no strikes to the Viking catcher. Fleming has pitched marvelously, 6 strikeouts. Has surrendered, scattered really, 5 hits. And at the exception of the second inning, he's pitched fairly well. 2-1 now, the count to Lelu. The .375 average. Runner goes, swung on, and did he tip it? No, indication from the umpire. And that will go as a stolen base as the runner was moving. So Gitron now in scoring position. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lelu. Fleming, the big right-hander, sets, looks back, and comes home. Pitch just missed a bit outside. And we'll go full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mike Boggs waits on deck. Line drive down the left field line into the corner. There to cut it off is Pugh. Run will score. It gets by him. And an RBI double for Travis Lelu. His 4th RBI on the day. His 2nd hit. And the Vikings are back to within 1. It's 8-7 Valley Center.
Now batting for La Jolla, the designated hitter, number 22, Mike Boggs.
So now with 1 out, Boggs will step in, the DH. Pinch runner coming on. That is number 16 for Lelu. He will come off, number 16.
Now running at second base for La Jolla, number 18, Connor Lennon.
Rather, number 18, Lennon is out there. Connor Lennon, the pinch runner. Ground ball, second base. Goes to first, and that is the 2nd out here in the inning. So Lennon comes on, he moves to 3rd. The pinch runner, obviously a move for speed. And with 2 outs, Cameron Coates will come on.
The third baseman, number 9.
Coates is 0 for 1 with a walk. And the tying run 90 feet away with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch swung on and missed. 0-1. So Lelu leaves with 2 hits, 4 RBIs in 3 trips. Lennon off to his lead at 3rd. Pitches in the dirt. Nice block by the catcher Lawson on that play. Now let's see if Fleming can get out of this jam. The senior right-hander kicks and deals. Off speed, just missed outside. Two balls and a strike. Lennon down the line at 3rd. This one is at the knees, 2-2. Felfoldy would be next, but let's see what Coates has in store. Fleming's 2-2 on the way. Fastball just missed, and the count goes full. And now Coates having a couple of words with the umpire, trying to get a clarification. So here we go, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lennon on at 3rd base. Coates awaiting the pitch. Fleming kicks and deals on the payoff, and it goes low and away. Coates draws the walk. Runners at the corners for John Felfoldy. That is the second walk for Cameron Coates. And Felfoldy is 0 for 1 with a walk back in the first inning. He struck out to lead off the third. Let's see what he can do here. He's pitched fairly well, has not had a lot of help from his defense. A base hit here could tie the game. Fleming kicks and deals. Up high, 1 ball, no strikes. 8-7 our score. The Jaguars out on top. The pitch swung on and missed, and Felfoldy quickly 1-1 the count. John in from the left side. The pitch swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. And John Fleming is 1 strike away from getting out of this and preserving his club's 1-run lead. Coates off at first, Lennon down the line at third. The pitch, line drive picked off by the first baseman. He'll go to the bag, field on a hop, and the threat's retired. Vikings get a run on 2 hits, 2 left. On to the 5th, 8-7 Jaguars. On to the 5th inning for the Jaguars, and Wes McGee, the 7th hitter, center fielder, up to the plate. John Felfoldy on the mound, swung on and missed, and the count 0-2. Wes reached on an error and singled back in the third, scored a run in the first. 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Jaguars with a 1-run lead here in the 5th. This one is low, and the count 1-2. Now, we told you Felfoldy has not pitched badly. He's got 7 strikeouts. And unless the defense, line drive to the shortstop, who makes the play. Nice one by Velasco. And that's the first out here in the 5th inning. That'll bring up Corey Hawk, who's singled and reached on an error in 2 trips.
Right fielder, number 11, Corey Hawk.
Hawk in from the left side. The pitch down in the dirt, 1-0. The 4 errors for the Vikings have cost them dearly in this game. They trail by 1 in the top of the 5th inning. Jaguars looking for some more. Pitch swung on and missed. And a count 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind has died down considerably here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. This one is waved out and missed. And the count 1-2 on the right fielder. Lights on, not having any effect yet as the sun is still pretty bright. And the pitch from Felfoldy is waved out and missed. Strikeout number 8 for the left-hander. And that'll bring up Kyle Thompson with 2 outs, who has struck out twice.
Number 17, Kyle Thompson.
Rather, the first baseman. Thompson was the starting pitcher for Valley Center and waits on the first pitch taken low, ball 1. Eight to 7. The Jaguars out in front. This one's in there, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Felfoldy The left-hander's pitch driven high in the air down the right field line. Giving chase is Fleming. Good effort there by the right fielder, Guidi. As he came on, Ryan Guidi diving head first for that ball. Just couldn't come up with it. So a long strike, and we'll do it again at 1-2. And if Guidi could get that third out, that's huge, and he knew it. Made an outstanding play out there in right field. Just came up a little bit short. The pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. So 1-2-3 go the Jaguars for the first time today. On to the bottom of the 5th inning. Valley Center 8, La Jolla 7. Here we go.
Leading off for La Jolla in their half.
On to the bottom of the half of the 5th inning. Jeff Ponsford will start things off. The number 8 hitter in the lineup takes the first pitch just a bit outside, 1-0. Will be followed by Ryan Guidi, and then the top of the order, Steve Velasco. Here in the bottom of the 5th with the Vikings trailing 8-7. This one's there, and the count runs 1-1. An absolutely beautiful facility here on the campus of San Diego State University. The CIF Division III championship for the San Diego section. This one taken for a strike, and it's 1-2 to the Viking left fielder. The 1-2 pitch, just a bit low. Count rolls up 2-2. Fleming, since coming on in relief of Kyle Thompson, has scattered 7 hits. High chopper right out towards the second base bag. Fielded and throws on a hop. Can't come up with it. A good play by Giuliano. But the throw was a bit low and couldn't be handled by the first baseman, Thompson. So the leadoff man aboard on an error. And that'll bring up Ryan Guidi. Ponsford has reached base 3 times. Twice single to right. And now reaches on the error. And Guidi is 0 for 2, looking for his first hit. Number 20 will pinch hit for Guidi.
Now batting for La Jolla, number 20.
Paul Misla will come on. Ground ball to second base. This could be trouble. Bare hands goes to first. And Misla is thrown out. 4-3. Good play by Giuliano, the second baseman. Ponsford goes to second. So the tying run in scoring position for the top of the order and Steve Velasco, who is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. So Velasco.
Number 3, Steve Velasco.
And Fleming comes to the set. Pitch is high, ball 1. (8-7) our score. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Vikings with a runner at second and 1 out. Fleming's pitch is on the inside corner, and the count rolls 1-1. Velasco has struck out twice and grounded to second. Fleming's pitch is in the dirt, gets by the catcher. That will allow Ponsford to move over to third base. And now the possibilities increase dramatically for this runner to score. With a wild pitch Now allows that runner to get 90 feet away. They'll bring the infield in. Pitch taken for a strike, and it's 2-2. Eight-7 in the bottom of the fifth inning. Velasco waiting on the 2-2 pitch from Fleming. Here it comes. Fastball swung on and missed. Strike three. And for the third time, Velasco is a strikeout victim. Second out of the inning, and that'll leave it up to Ryan Martin.
Number 6, Ryan Martin.
Martin has doubled in 3 trips, walked and scored twice. 2 official times at the plate, and Martin bats with 2 outs. Infield will move back now, and the pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. It's Jeff Ponsford out at third base. 90 feet away, the tying run in this ball game. Fleming kicks and deals. Fastball is right there. 1 ball, 1 strike. This home plate umpire is not giving the crowd any favors. Akin to Greg Bonet, the major league umpire who waits and waits and waits and then makes the call. Maybe that's his idol. We'll have to ask him after the ball game. This one taken well away. 2-1. And Martin waits. 2 balls and a strike. Fleming comes in. Nice frame on the outside corner. 2-2. One-run game in the bottom of the fifth. This is a dandy. Ponsford will take his lead at third. The pitch. High chopper down the first base side and foul as Thompson recovers it. So we'll do it again, 2-2. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast from Tony Gwynn Stadium. I'm Mike Kent along with you here at the ballpark. Glad you're with us on a very pleasant evening for baseball here in San Diego, the Division III CIF Baseball Championship. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Ryan Martin waits on the pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. So 2 consecutive strikeouts, and the Vikings are down. 1 left. We'll move to the 6th inning of play. 8-7 Jaguars.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 5.
On to the 6th inning of play here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. We've got a good one. It's 8-7 our score. Matt Giuliano fouls off the first pitch from John Felfoldi, and it's 0-1 to the Jaguars' second baseman. Jaguars with 8 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. The Vikings with 7 runs on 10 hits as Giuliano squares to bunt. Lets the ball go through. Taken for a strike, it's 0-2. And the Vikings with 7 runs on 10 hits and 4 costly errors in the ball game. Felfoldi has struck out 9 and pitched fairly well. He hasn't had a lot of help from his defense. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Good pitch. Strikeout number 10 and the 3rd in a row for Felfoldi. That'll bring up Billy Pugh.
The left fielder, number 2, Billy Pugh.
Pugh is 1 for 3, reached twice on an error, has a stolen base and 2 runs scored. Felfoldi's pitch is outside, 1-0. Well, John has retired 6 straight batters, 5 of those by way of the strikeout. He is strengthening as we go along. Good fastball there, swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Felfoldi into the windup, comes home, fouled straight back, and the count goes 1-2. Jaguars got 5 in the first, 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth. The Vikings with 3 in each of the first and second innings and 1 in the fourth, and that's where we stand, 8-7. Pugh waits on the pitch. Swung on and missed, and another strikeout. Now 4 in a row. And that will bring up Chris Torres to the plate. The DH has struck out, had a single and sacrifice. Pitch fouled straight back, and it's 0-1. Well, the 3-run shot by Travis Lelu, the big blow in the second inning that gave the Vikings a lead, and now they trail by 1. Our pitcher John Felfoldi doing everything he can to keep his club in the ball game. They need some offense now, as this one is taken high and outside. 1-1 the count. Good pitch in the outside part of the plate. Now it's 1-2. Well, Felfoldi bidding for his 5th consecutive strikeout. Let's see what happens. The left-hander kicks and deals on the 1-2. Fastball fouled straight back. And a good cut at it did Chris Torres. Torres, a 5'10", 205 senior. Felfoldi into the windup. High pop-up behind the mound. Felfoldi giving chase, and he's got it with the snow cone. So Felfoldi makes all 3 outs, 1, 2, 3, 8 straight retired by the left-hander. On to the bottom of the 6th, still 8-7 Jaguars.
Alex Guitron.
3-4-5 hitters as Alex Guitron watches strike 1 go by. The Vikings trail 8-7, bottom of the 6th inning. A pitch from Fleming is waved at and missed, and Guitron quickly behind 0-2. Alex is 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored and a stolen base. Quite a productive day for the Viking first baseman. This one rides in the dirt, gets by the catcher, and the count goes 1-2. Now head coach Bob Allen and his Vikings looking to get Guitron aboard. He would be the potential tying run in this ball game. And from there, Travis Lelu had a 3-run shot in the second, and Mike Boggs would follow with a chance to get this game tied. Fleming's pitch, line drive, right field, over a couple of steps is Guidi, rather Hawk. Corey Hawk making the play, and there's 1 down. So that's the first time that Guitron has been retired, and that'll bring up Travis Lelu.
Now batting for La Jolla, number 23, Travis Lelu.
Lelu flying to center, had a 3-run home run in the second, and doubled down the left field line back in the 4th inning. 2 for 3. Takes a strike, 0-1. 8 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Jaguars. 7 runs, 10 hits, and 4 errors for the Vikings. And this one way outside, count even up 1-1. Mike Boggs would be next, the DH. Lelu with the power to tie this one with 1 swing of the bat. Swings and misses through that one. And the count 1-2. Fleming's pitch. Line drive, left center field. That one's going all the way to the wall. Lelu around first. He will be held at second base. His 3rd hit of the game, his 2nd double, and the tying run aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th for the La Jolla Vikings. Just too good a pitch on 1-2 from Fleming, and Lelu made him pay.
For the Vikings, a DH, number 22, Mike Boggs.
So now Boggs with one out. The left-hander is 1 for 3 today with a run scored. That was back in the first inning. Pitch, ground ball, right side, passed, and into right field. They will hold up the runner at third base. That's Lelu. So Boggs delivers with a one-out hit. Past a diving Fleming, or Thompson rather, and Giuliano.
Now batting the third baseman.
And that'll bring up Cameron Coates.
Pinch hitting for the Vikings, number 19, Isaiah Bowman.
Isaiah Bowman is the pinch hitter. He will come on in place of Cameron Coates. Here in the bottom of the sixth, runners at the corners with one out. And we've got a conference at the mound. They may be talking strategy.
Please stick around for the second half of this prep doubleheader CIF final day and tomorrow.
So Isaiah Bowman, the pinch hitter, a 6'2", 195 senior, in from the right side to face Fleming. Runners at the corners. And the pitch, swung on, line drive, eats up the third baseman. Everybody's safe. The runner at third did not advance. A hot shot on the first pitch as Bowman ripped up Lazareno. And you can't fault him for that. It was right at his glove. But now the bases are loaded for John Felfoldi. And again, the pitcher has a chance to come in and help himself out. He's got 11 strikeouts in the game. Bases loaded, down one. The pitch gets by the catcher, but not far enough for Lelu to advance. Felfoldi is 0 for 2 with a walk. And a base hit would tie the game, probably give them the lead with Boggs out at second base. The pitch, line drive past the diving second baseman. Lelu is in. They're waving in Boggs. He will score. It's all the way to the wall. Bowman is around to score. A bases clearing triple for John Felfoldi. His first hit of the game. He gives his squad a 10-8 lead here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Oh my! So after getting roughed up in the first inning, 5 runs, 3 errors by his defensive mates, Felfoldi comes through in the clutch with a one-out, bases clearing triple, and that will bring about a pitching change. We'll be back with the details after this. Pinch runner on for Felfoldi. He is done, and Raul Gitron will come on to pinch run at third base, number 1. Infield in. Jeff Ponsford is the batter. We'll get you the defensive changes here in a moment. On the mound is Ryan Leake, number 10, for the Jaguars. So Leake, the third pitcher of the day, starts off ball 1. Dylan Toller is in the game in left field. John Fleming moves to first base, and Billy Pugh is your shortstop with the infield in, right at the first baseman. They're going to third, and the ball is overthrown. Gitron will come in to score. A bad mistake by the first baseman, John Fleming, as he tried to pick off the runner at third base. Best to just get the out at first and check the runner. The run scores, and that gives the Vikings an 11-8 lead.
Now batting for La Jolla, the right fielder, number 7.
Ponsford reaches on the fielder's choice, and Ryan Guidi will come on. 4 runs home in the inning. An 11-8 lead for the La Jolla Vikings here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Guidi takes the ball low, ball 1. So an exciting turn of events here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch up high, 2-0. Leak, the third pitcher of the day, is 9-0 this year. So we'll see what he can do to squelch this threat and get his team back in the dugout with the bats in their hand in the top of the seventh, trailing only by 3. The count now 2-1 to Ryan Guidi. The pitch is low and the count 3-1 now to the Vikings right fielder, who is 0 for 3 today. The pitch. This one is up high, and Guidi draws the walk. So now runners at first and second, still only 1 out. And the infield will play halfway for the double play. Even with the bag is Lazareno at third base. And the top of the order, Steve Velasco, who's 0 for 4, looking to provide some more insurance. Ryan Lake at the set, comes home off speed, up and in, and it's ball 1. Velasco, the 8th man to bat here in the inning. The pitch from Leak is foul back and over the head of the fans, out of play. A beautiful night for baseball here at Tony Gwynn Stadium, especially if you're a La Jolla Viking fan. And don't give up yet. Valley Center still has some power left in their order. Here's a ground ball right side and through. They will wave in Ponsford. Here's the throw to the plate. Safe as the ball got by. Now they come to third base and he's in there. Good play by Guidi. Heads up base running. So another run scores on the RBI single by Velasco. His first hit of the day. And now Guidi on at third base. It's 12-8 Vikings. And the 9th man to bat here in the inning, Ryan Martin, was still only 1 out. Runners at second and third.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6, Ryan Martin.
So Ryan Leake does not appear to be the answer at this point, as the Vikings have widened their lead to 4 runs. Leake kicks and deals. Infield is again brought in as the pitch rides low. Ball 1. Martin walked and scored in the first, and a double and scored in the second. Struck out in the 4th and 5th innings. The pitch, fastball driven high and deep down the right field line, hooking foul off the maintenance garage here at Tony Gwynn Stadium. And count 2-2. Now retrieve that baseball. Leake will compare it. And we'll be back at it. Martin waits. Ryan Leake has the sign, looks to third, kicks and deals. Off speed, driven up the middle. 2 runs will score. That's Guidi and Velasco. A 2-run double by Ryan Martin, and the Vikings have blown this one open. It is 14-8 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. 7 runs home. 14-8, and now Alex Gitron, ground ball to shortstop. The shortstop has trouble with it, and again the defense has been a problem. So Gitron aboard on the error. Runners at first and second, still only 1 out. That was Pugh at shortstop.
Guitron, the last batter for La Jolla, Alex Guitron. Now batting, number 23, Travis Lelu.
Travis Lelo with his second at bat of the inning. Takes the pitch in there for a strike. Lelo has 2 doubles and a home run in 4 trips. And bats with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on at first and second. Ryan Leake on the mound. And he hits Lelu with the off-speed pitch to load the bases.
Pitch hitting in the designated hitter spot, number 15, Jack Boyle.
Pinch hitter coming on now for the Vikings. Number 15, Jack Boyle, a junior, 6'2", 185, in from the right side, wearing number 15. Takes this one a little bit low, ball 1. So the bases are loaded. Martin at third, Guitron at second, Lelu at first. Ryan Leake kicks and deals. Fastball driven up the middle, base hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in as Guitron comes in to score. A 2-run pinch hit single for Jack Boyle. And this one is officially out of hand. It's 16-8 with 9 runs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Still only 1 out. Bowman now the batter. And the pitch is in there for a strike off speed. Bowman singled and scored back in the 6th inning in a pinch hit appearance. And now gets a second at bat in the same inning. Leake sets and deals. Off speed. This one is in there, and it's 0-2. "16 runs, 16 hits for the La Jolla Vikings." The pitch waved at and missed down low. And the batter is out. That's the second out. First strikeout for Leake. And that'll bring up Raul Guitron.
Pinch hitting for the Vikings, number 11, Jesse Romero.
Pinch hitter now, Jesse Romero, number 11. Romero is a senior, 6 foot 165, third baseman and pitcher by trade. And he bats here in the 6th inning with 2 outs. Off speed is low, ball 1. 3 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the 4th, and 9 here in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Vikings as they lead 16-8 in this Division III CIF San Diego Section Championship. The pitch down a little bit low, and the count 2-0. The Valley Center Jaguars got off to a fast start. 5 in the first, 1 in the third, and 2 in the second. And John Felfoldi, long since gone from the lineup, has 11 strikeouts, and he would stand to get the win in this ball game. Pitch is low, 3 balls and no strikes now as Ryan Leake sets and deals. Ground ball fielded by Leake, goes to first, and mercifully the inning is over. 9 runs at the end of 6, 16-8 Vikings. On to the 7th inning. And Jesse Romero on to close it out, number 11 for the La Jolla Vikings, who lead in this one 16-8 after a 9-run outburst. The bottom of the 6th inning, high chopper right towards us off the bat of John Fleming. And the Jaguars with some work to do here in the top of the 7th as they trail by 8. 8 runs, 7 hits, 5 errors for the Jaguars. La Jolla with 16 runs on 16 hits and 4 errors. This one is in there for a strike going 2. Fleming will be followed by Lazareno and Leak here in the 7th inning. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters. The pitch off speed, and good job by Fleming to just get a piece of that one. The count remains 0-2. Shadows now starting to make their way out onto the field of play just inside the third baseline. Probably will not affect play at all. Fastball just missed, and it's 1-2. You got to wait that extra little second with this home plate umpire. Mark Hedlum taking the Greg Bonet school of umpiring. High fly ball, center field. Routine for Mensch, who's got it, and there's one away.
Now batting for Valley Center, the third baseman, number 7, Jairo Lazareno.
Jairo Lazareno will be up next. A single, a walk, and a strikeout with 2 runs scored. Marks his day. That's with 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Romero's pitch is low, ball 1. Well, John Felfoldy, 6 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, yielded 8 runs, only 2 of them earned, 7 hits, and this one misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Romero kicks and deals on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 2-1. Well, Felfoldy had 111 strikeouts this season as a senior and has 11 more to put on that plate. In the CIF championship game, he'd like a win in this one. Ground ball to second base. Fielded by Martin, goes to first, and there's 2 down. 4-3 on the putout, and that'll leave it up to Ryan Leak. As the La Jolla Vikings fans rise above their dugout. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. 1 out away, and standing in front of a victory, Ryan Leak, rather number 15.
Now pitch hitting for Valley Center.
James Mahan will pinch hit for Leak.
The batter.
Takes a strike, 0-1. Romero gets the swing and a miss, and Mahan down to his last strike. Mahan, a 6-foot, 180-pound senior, and Romero looking to close this one out. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on, drive down the left field line. And Mahan will be in with a long single. As a good play by Ponsford to get that ball in. Mahan took a big turn out there at first base. That ball was headed into the corner. And so at least one more batter.
The center fielder, number 9, Wes McGee.
So James Mann on at first, and now Wes McGee, who has singled in 3 trips and scored. Runner on at first. Fly ball, shallow right field. Coming on is Guidi, and they've got it. The La Jolla High School Vikings come back to take the Division III San Diego Section CIF Championship for the year 2000. With 9 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, our final score, The La Jolla Vikings 16, the Valley Center Jaguars 8. We'll be back with a post-game show and interviews with the players from at Tony Gwynn Stadium in San Diego State University right after this.
Oh, what the?
Back at Tony Gwynn Stadium with the head coach of the victorious La Jolla Vikings, Bob Allen. Quite a thrower today, huh?
Oh, that was a crazy baseball game. We haven't had a game like that all year. Scored 9 runs in one inning. We hadn't done that all year. John hadn't given up 5 runs in the last 2 months, let alone in the first inning. So we battled back, and we came out on top.
Defense was a little shaky. Was that nerves in the first inning? And it looked like John had some pretty good stuff. Just wasn't getting the help from the defense early.
Yeah, I guess we were tight. Luckily, we weren't tight on offense. Yeah, we hadn't made 4 errors in, again, 2-3 weeks. So we'd been playing really good ball, and we must have come out a little tight. But the kids, I'm really proud of the way they came back and got 3 in the first, and that kind of, put us back in the game. And good that Travis hit the 3-run homer in the second, and so that really got us back in it.
You got that 6-5 lead. It evaporated to an 8. They scored a couple of runs. You're going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Did you ever imagine an inning like that, 14 guys come to the plate, 9 runs?
No, because we'd said, okay, if the one kid was going to squeeze bunt, and we were playing for 1 or 2 runs, and he hit it. Which one was it? I think it got past the first baseman, and then it just exploded. The kids must have really relaxed and really came through, and they've been swinging well this whole tournament. So I wasn't surprised, but pleasantly surprised, kind of.
Quite a celebration in this dugout after that game, after that final out recorded by Guido out there in right field, huh?
Yeah, when Guidi made the play, all heck broke loose, as you would say. And I'm glad I wasn't in the middle of it because one kid got spiked. So,
how's it feel to win this championship? Year 2000, Division III champs.
That's right. We won one in '93, the first in the school's history. And we had a young team, and you thought, oh, we'll be back. And this is the first time we've been back, and it's great to win it again. And you just can't take it for granted. So I'm going to enjoy this one for a while.
Congratulations, Bob. Great effort. The La Jolla Vikings, Division III champions for the year 2000. We'll be back in a moment with a final. Mike Kent back here at Tony Gwynn Stadium with a final wrap-up. Today, it was the La Jolla Vikings with a 16-8 victory over the Valley Center Jaguars in a thrilling Division III championship game. Travis Lelu got on the board and gave the Vikings their first lead at 6-5 with a 3-run home run in the second inning. John Felfoldi settled down to record 11 strikeouts. The senior with 111 during the year had 11 today and gets the win in the 16-8 final to give the Vikings their second Division III championship for the San Diego section of the CIF. 16-8 our final score. For George Langevin, I'm Mike Kent saying so long, everybody. We'll see you again next time at the ballpark.